exactly sure what happened, but the stream ended. We came right back, and let's continue. Alright, so we're still trying to pick what armor or what metal to use. So it is obviously going to be, I think I'm gonna do the melee damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think it was 13 total that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, just in case. And then we will do the range defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just in case. And let's yeah, 4, 4, and 13. So we should have enough now. So should be perfect there. We had over 6,600 gold when we came. Now we're at 500.
Do not antagonize Chauncey the tiny bear. He may be small, but he nips.
But he nips. He's what, nippy? Alright. So now we're gonna go craft. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
So, you're one of those tranquil. Can you enchant rooms and such?
I have not studied those skills.
Ah, pity.
Alright. Cool, 145. Nice. So this is gonna be way better than what I got on right now. And we are going... Did I buy... I think I did. I messed up. I bought metal instead of... Okay, so... Well, I can use the bear hide because that's level... That's tier 2. So, if I use the bear hide... Is that the only tier 2 that I have? Didn't I just buy some tier 2? Why do I only got 2? Okay, so the rough hide is what I want. Okay. So I'll use the bear hide for the base.
need something, let me know.
Let's see what the bow can do. So it's 105. So the bow that I have currently, I think it's on like 60 something. So this bow I can do at 105. Didn't I specifically get for critical chance? Just when I specifically got something. Did I use some of it already? Bear hide. Bear hide's what I need. Let's back out of this.
Another time, then.
I need some bear hide, so I gotta go back to the Emporium, because I can't just not do it when I'm supposed to do it. I don't understand why I don't have enough when I literally sat there and counted out everything that I was buying. So, because I made the extra arms and legs, I think that's what I ended up using some of the stuff allocated for the bow. But while I'm over here, I can get a hat too. So I'll see about doing that.
Send my regards to the Lady Ambassador. Her ancestor visited the Emporium in the Blessed Age. I sold her a candle mounted with the severed hand of a first acolyte of Razikel. I wonder, do the Montiliers still have it in their possession? I should like to see it again.
It sounds like, what's the name's Frodo's uncle. Alright, adventure hat. Frodo. Alright, let's see here. Alright. The adventure hat obviously looks like the one that I have on now. This scout hat, I don't remember what it looks like, but it's the same cost. Armor, defense, armor and defense, and it's the same, like everything's the same, so bear hide is what I want to get. So I know I need 1, 2, 3 at least. 1, 2, and now I'm broke. sell, but I want to keep that stuff for people that I'm getting. So should have enough now to take care of everything. I don't want to get all metal. When I was supposed to get leather. Let's go back over there. I haven't even went to Battle Royale yet.
Researcher Minave believes these notes could assist you.
Another time, then.
So now I don't have enough. That's frustrating. That's alright though.
Good.
Let's go over here and see what I can do with this hat. I'll only do 16, that's fine.
walk in peace. There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea
I don't
or
know
sky.
if Apothecary Adon
All
can
that
get you that many.
You were saying something about... Cullen?
Yes. Haven has limited space for our soldiers to train. Perhaps we could set up something over here.
With the watchtower built, we have advanced warning of demon and bandit attacks. The area is safer for both refugees, farmers who have fled the nearby fields. Much appreciated, sir. It's good to know that the Inquisition is willing to put in the time to help these people. Alright, so let's go ahead address the Chantry of Valrio. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment, we cannot step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city, so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not a monster. It's not the monster they believe. Which we should be good, because we're level 8.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask him.
This may not actually help. It's a terrible plan. I'm not worried.
What can they do? It's just talk.
Don't underestimate the power of their words. An angry mob will do you in just as quickly as a blade.
I will go with him. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Let's go. Off to Valrio.
The city still mourns.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lord Herald.
You're one of Leliane's people. What have you found?
The Chantry mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
Looks taller than
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition.
They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then. They wish to protect the people? From us?
Yeah.
You think the Order's returned to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense, not after all that's occurred. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
That's interesting. So the Templars have come. See what we're about. To protect the people. There's no way they're here to protect the people because they abandoned the Chantry. But we can't actually buy anything in here yet. Anything? Oh.
It seems that powers.
Good people of Val Royal, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. No servant of anything beyond his selfish greed.
You say I am the enemy. The breach in the sky is our true enemy. We must unite to stop it.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Oh, Dector.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Well, I guess they haven't returned to the Chantry.
You're not here to deal with the Inquisition.
As if there were any reason to.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
If you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches.
I came to see what frightens old women so, and to laugh.
But Lord Seeker, what if he really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royo is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Do you think he can be reasoned with?
I hope so. If not him, there are surely others in the Order who don't feel as he does. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
That's what we're attempting, yes.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry's useless, and the Templars... Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, he is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
Take all the help we can get.
Open? Yes, as open as I can be. If you've a need for the well-cut or the sparkling, perhaps I can...
What does this guy have? Oh, he has belts. I don't need any of these, though. These are just the common belts. That's common stuff. I don't really need that stuff. Now, if he had the good stuff.
At the very least, we can appear like everything is normal. Yes.
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Yes.
A message attached, written in large flowing hand and bordered with duels. People say you're special. I want help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Royale. I hear he wants to hurt you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and round the cafe. And maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords. Friends of Red Gin. Before drawing of locations and the market is attached. So in Dragon Age Origins, in Dragon Age Origins, in the origin story, is the first time I heard of the Friends of Red Gin. It's funny that they kept that, like they run that into this.
Oh, yes.
Cheered when honor was her might, but many more deserved it than thought, for she was the first, a knight. Her kin and kind have always worked.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
The head of Madame Snappy Snips. I am not reading this. Not right now.
I suppose.
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's orders. This has been received as you might expect.
Just what
They will report, march with red paint. Thank you, friends, for helping good lady Thedas. Saw those who asked about Harold. Enter third passage. Did not stay to see that. Alright, a few more things. If I can find a few more things to read. Should upgrade.
a pleasure. Sky, man. You were the sky. I can't believe this. When there was no earth, you were the earth.
We shall see.
Two more things.
When there was nothing, you were everything.
What? Yes, I'm sorry. Minding the duties of the
Let all
ailing
repeat
mother,
the chant of
Havara.
light.
I
Only
am
the word
rather
dispels
overwhelmed.
the darkness upon us.
Forgive me. I am unsure whether I meant to extend chantry services to you, and That
Come
troubles
to me,
me
child,
greatly.
and I shall embrace you. In
Forgive
my
me.
arms lies
I am
eternity.
unsure whether I meant to extend chantry services to you, and that troubles me greatly.
Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me.
In my arms lies
As there is
eternity.
but one God, one life, one death. There is but one man.
It's true.
Inquisition, eh?
Maybe.
I'll sell. But if the Chantry censures you, I'm not liable. No offense, but I have to live here, and Val Royeaux can be traditional.
That is the longbow grip, I think.
Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. Maybe. In their blood, the Maker's will is written.
They left us. The Templars left us to the mages. Liars.
He lifted from drunk, swearing about Harold. Don't know what door. I'm out. My debt is paid. The Randy Roach. Anything else to read? Not on this floor. Other stuff on the floor.
They left
Before I
us.
talk to the mother.
The Templars left us to the mages.
Yeah.
Chantry liars.
Just what we needed.
We are to obey well. these codex entries are going to be read on the codex day. I actually just sit and read.
Ah, the Herald of Andraste. Is there something I might help you with?
No. Thank you, sister.
Make her go with you.
She's probably the nicest one I've come across. Boats are lavish.
My maker, know my heart. Take from me a life of sorrow. Comfort is only yours to give. Oh, maker, where is the comfort? Look away. I have broken the chant because it comes from my heart. What have we when our divine is dead and the sky burns?
What do you mean you broke the chant?
Are you also ignorant of the Maker's most basic rites? The chant of light is how we honor the Maker. They are the only words that the faithful should hear from my lips. But I can't. Our divine is dead. Our Templars gone. The Maker's silence is deafening. What hope have we?
The Inquisition can give you the answers you need.
So I have a faith I've lost. Or one that seeks to drive it from me. I can't even look to our Templars. How is this not darkness?
It seems change is on the wind. I wish your leaders well.
This victory must please you greatly, Sika Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. Do you truly believe you are the Maker's chosen?
I do believe it. Do you have a better explanation?
Several, but are they the truth? I am left to question all I have been taught. I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
How many Templars turned on the Chantry exactly?
They rebelled across Thedas. Some remained loyal, but not enough to call them the Order. The White Spire here in the capital was the largest garrison, but now it stands empty. Perhaps more shall flock to the Lord Seeker's banner now. How far has faith waned, I wonder?
How are people responding to all of this?
Despair. Fear. We mourn Her Holiness. The people look to the sky and wonder how long before terror comes for us all. There must be a way through this. Is it you? The Templars? The Maker's will? We abandoned our duties. We servants of the faith. Now we can only pray.
Where is the Lord Seeker taking the Templars?
I can't begin to guess the Lord Seeker's mind. He could not have worse than declaring a rival to the Chantry itself.
What were you hoping the Lord Seeker would do exactly?
Put aside his war against the mages and find common purpose against something much more dire. Obviously, he has other plans. With the knights vigilant slain at the Conclave, there is nothing more we can do.
Perhaps there is something we can do.
I'd like to believe that, Seeker. I truly would. I suppose we can expect renewed effort against the mages from him, and yet more chaos.
That is not a good thing.
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us? Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can, and leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave. What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the Maker's hands now.
You're obviously skeptical. What do you believe I am?
Our divine, Her Holiness is dead. I have seen evidence for everything, except what would comfort me.
That doesn't answer my question.
For you to be true, a great many things must be false. And if you are false, a great many things must have failed. There is chaos ahead, whatever your intentions.
There's got to be a way to calm everything down and clean up this mess.
I hope against hope that may be the case. Leave me be, Survivor. Your presence here is not comforting.
It's not too late. The Chantry could still help us and come out on top.
If only that were true.
What's to stop you from trying?
We are not looking for a winning horse. We are simply trying to do the right thing.
It kills me that she's holding her side when she got hit in the back of the head.
The Templars?
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
You are cordially invited to attend my salon, held at the Chateau of Duke Bastion de Gaslin. Yours, Vivian Differ, First Enchanter of Montsemord, Enchanter of the Imperial Court. To the Imperial Court. Go ahead and upgrade my character real quick. far as... That's crazy. We're gonna go ahead and leave these two shops right here. Sometimes I use them, but I don't have them right now, so...
If I might have a moment of your time.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
And what do you want in exchange for the mage's help?
Oh, I haven't promised the Inquisition our help yet. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lord Herald.
Come, let us return to Haven.
Vivian and Sarah. So we'll get Sarah first. Since that includes fighting. And then we'll get Vivian, which doesn't.
I work for, at least.
Oh yeah, definitely better.
Herald of Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're kind of plain, really. All that talk, and then you're just a person. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
They say I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you? And what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Why didn't you take their weapons?
Because no...
I definitely
Friends
love
really
this
came
bow.
through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. Well, it's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I used them to help you. Plus arrows.
Plus arrows. You can provide soldiers. So you're offering spies. Can you provide noble allies? It's quite obvious that she doesn't like the way she treated that guy.
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you. I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. If you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
Back there you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead, yeah? I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something.
She is hilarious. But I will never add her to my party. although her back chatter, if you put her with like Varric and Iron Bull, the back chatter is amazing. Let's go over and get Vivian, and then we'll head back to Haven.
Lord Trevelyan of Ostwick, representing the Inquisition.
A pleasure, sir. We so rarely have a chance to meet anyone new. It is always the same crowd at these parties. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer, or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
What have you heard about me?
Some say that when the veil opened, Andraste herself delivered you from the Fade.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
Better and better. The Inquisition should attend more of these parties.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit. Washed-up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously. Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
The Inquisition is working to restore peace and order to Thedas.
Here comes the outsider, restoring peace with an army. We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a man of honor, you'd step outside and...
Rudeness is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lord, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
The Marquis doesn't interest me. Do whatever you like with him.
Poor Marquis. Issuing challenges and hurling insults like some Ferelden doglord. And all dressed up in your Aunt Solange's doublet. Didn't she give you that to wear to the Grand Tourney? To think all the brave chevaliers who will be competing left for Markham this morning, and you're still here. Were you hoping to sate your damaged pride by defeating the Herald of Andraste in a public duel? Or did you think his sword would end the shame of your failure? Run along, my dear. Do give my regards to your aunt. I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you.
It was an interesting intro.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first Enchanter of Montsimard and Enchantress to the Imperial Court.
Is that Marquis going to pose a problem?
His aunt is the Vicomtesse of Mont de Glace. Not a powerful family, but well respected. And very devout. Alphonse will be disowned for this. It's not the first time he's brought his aunt disgrace, but I'm sure it'll be the last. And after such a public humiliation, I expect he'll run off to the Dales to join the Empress's war effort. Either to make a good end, or to win back a modicum of self-respect.
Your salon has certainly exceeded my expectations so far.
I'm glad to keep you entertained, my dear. I wanted to meet face to face. It is important to consider one's connections carefully. With Divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Is this business or pleasure? We know she's not a romance option, so why they give romance option in the responses makes no sense at all if she's not even a romance option. Just like with me being a guy, Cullen is not a romance option, but it gave me a romance option answer for him too. I was like, that doesn't even make sense. You can't romance Cullen as a guy.
What exactly can you do for the Inquisition?
I am well versed in the politics of the Orlesian Empire. I know every member of the Imperial Court personally. I have all the resources remaining to the Circle at my disposal. And I'm a mage of no small talent. Will that do?
Go. Go.
Does that mean you'd be aiding the Inquisition from the Imperial Palace?
Ordinarily, I would be happy to serve as liaison to the court, but these are not ordinary times. The veil has been ripped apart and there is a hole in the sky. It is now the duty of every mage to work towards sealing the breach. And so I would join the Inquisition on the field of battle.
Are you devout? What's your opinion of the Chantry?
I was a great admirer of the late Divine Justinia V. The Chantry, at its best, unites the disparate cultures of Thedas and looks after its most vulnerable. Had she lived, Justinia could have accomplished so much.
You are aware that the Chantry hasn't sanctioned this Inquisition?
The Chantry is leaderless. They're in no position to officially sanction anything. Besides, my dear, if there is one virtue the Chant of Light teaches us, it is forgiveness. Once the Inquisition has sealed the breach, I'm sure the new Divine will not care in the slightest about official permission.
What's in this for you?
The same thing anyone gets by fighting this chaos. The chance to meet my enemy, to decide my fate. I won't wait quietly for destruction.
You say you led the last of the loyal mages. Loyal to whom?
To the people of Thedas, of course. We have not forgotten the commandment, as some have, that magic exists to serve man. I support any effort to restore such order.
So you're in favor of returning the mages to the Circle, then?
Where else can mages safely learn to master their talents? We need an institution to protect and nurture magic. Maker knows. Magic will find neither on its own.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivian.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Vivian becomes a beast if you set her up right. She is the best. Well, it's not so much that she's the best. It's if you use her natural affinity for lightning and using her as a healer. Once you set up all the healing that she can do, and if you jump in and start pumping her up with all the lightning spells, she becomes amazing. Access to both Sarah and Vivian. And it's so funny to me that Vivian has 10 points to spend while Sarah has 8, and they're both the same level, but it's because Vivian's a human who gets an extra ability point. Sarah is an elf. So what I do is I tend to set Sarah up the same way that I have Varric set up, even though Sarah's never going to be in the party. But when she does fight, and she does at some point, she has the same skills that Varric has. So she's gonna get Archer's Lance, and then we're gonna come over here to the Sabotage and fill the rest out. One more point for her. Let's actually make sure that we got this as preferred, as well as that as preferred. Now, I'm not sure why she has daggers on her back right now, because she should have a bow. But I guess that's letting you know that she could be set up either way. I almost want to give her stealth. Matter of fact, I will. Because that's one thing that Varric doesn't have right now. But I might give it to him. Probably on his next upgrade. Maybe. I mean, he still has quite a few things over here he can get. All he really needs over here, though, is this cheap shot. He's not going to need the throwing blades and the hook and tackle. So, we'll see. And Vivian. Wait. Sarah. Alright, I'm about to do her. Alright. Now we go to Vivian. And let's go ahead and do her behaviors first. Leave her 30 there. Follow. And 30 there. Yep. Tactics. None yet. We're going to take care of the healing first. Energetic defense. Guardian spirits. Dispel. Give her Mind Blast. Like we can finish out this whole tree for spirit, because this is the only healing that we get. And then when we can jump into this, but she doesn't have any lightning yet. So I want to go ahead and give her at least something from over here. I think I want to do chain lightning first. This is the main event when it comes to this tree, this skill tree right here. The static cage and then the lightning cage. So we'll start with the chain lightning. Now we'll go over here to inventory and gear her up. I don't have anything to give Sarah. Yeah, I don't have nothing to give her. I don't have any rings for her. That's for Blackwall. I can actually make her a different thing for her to wear, which is what I'll do. And then I can make a bow for Sarah.
Travel safely.
Pass my thanks to the researchers.
So we can go with the apprentice mail or apprentice armor. The apprentice armor obviously has a higher armor rating. If we use But if you change to that one Canary light armor, it makes her fat. Well, not fat, but bigger. It's like, that's not even what she looks like. It changed her whole shape.
Right.
Alright, so let's go ahead and give her that.
Looks fine.
Alright, we'll give that to Sarah. Because again, doesn't matter how good the bow is, because she's not really going to be fighting pretty much at all. Like, I can just leave what she has on her. Although I need to change Cassandra's shield real quick. And then I can give that shield to Blackwall and that cleaver. For right now. I need to get rid of this ice staff.
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts. You're worried about the rifts. I understand that.
Have you seen Enchanter Vivienne? That's the picture of what a circle mage should be.
She looks like a noble. It's arrogant.
It is not arrogant to be unafraid. I'm listening.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
I'll leave you to your work.
So she's not gonna say nothing to me until we go back in there. Let's go talk to Sarah.
Of course.
Sarah was never an agreeable girl. Her tongue
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. Hear that? I meant the stronghold, but it sounded like... Well, it's funny, right? Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
It's not just a war between those two.
Well, sure, the sky has a hole in it, but I can't put an arrow in that. Well, I have. Doesn't come down. That's weird. And that's the point, right? It's weird and right there, but they still want to punch each other. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
That's why we're here. To help guide everyone back from the brink.
The religious ones tell you that. That's important, right? But don't make it all about that. Seems like believing too hard is what got everyone here. And here is stupid and smells of horse. Really, what everyone needs is to get everything back to normal and proper and profitable. Sound good to you, all-chosen Lord Herald?
I'm ready to give it a shot. That's all I can ask from anyone else.
I'm in. It's an investment, yeah? Better pay off, too. Stupid war and everything. I had things to do.
And again, there's a romance option there for Sarah, but Sarah only likes girls. So why, as a guy, give me a romance option for her? She's not an option.
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, red is scary because blood. And Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated.
So do you take turns leading or something like that?
There's nothing to lead. Put a few favors in, take a few out. Stop and you cut yourself out. Other than that, we stay out of each other's way. Probably best. Some are right answers.
Are you just about pranks and revenge? Or is there more to it?
Well, it's a weave, right? I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt sprained. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall so someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
I'm glad I met you before someone decided what I deserved.
You're no hateful ass so far. I'd just get you with a pie or something. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun, that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shy at singing.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
I think there's another Sarah.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Fix the door just like you asked, Flitter.
Master Harry said I should go back
Could be
right
better.
away.
No. Alright, let's go in and talk to Vivian. Oh, we can't talk to her until we get through this part. So we'll talk
It's
to her
good
on the
you've
way out.
returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
Or you could stop bickering and make a decision.
I agree.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
So it'll be dangerous. I've been in danger since I walked out of the Fade.
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave...
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
Sounds good. At least we have some type of plan.
There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
That is crazy. How the hell does all the Grey Wardens just disappear?
That does sound odd, I agree.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
I'm definitely gonna recruit Blackwall. He's in my ideal party.
Greetings, Herald of Andraste.
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition?
The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the chant of light by force.
No wonder everyone is so nervous around us. Who chose that name?
Divine Justinia herself. I understand that this was not a popular decision. In any case, once the chant of light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became the seekers of truth, and eventually the Templars.
And now the Inquisition has been called again to restore order. By force.
Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition? They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away. Perhaps the name was divine, Justinia's message, that when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
I don't believe I've had the chance to speak candidly with a revered mother. Can you tell me about the Chantry?
I presume you mean deeper questions about the organization itself. I trust the Chantry at Ostwick taught you the basics.
Why does the Chantry allow only human women to become priestesses?
The official doctrine is that elves and dwarves have turned further from the Maker than humanity. And as for men, the chant holds that they are more vulnerable to anger or passion. But in truth, it is simply political, added after Andraste's death, like too many of our beliefs.
If you don't believe these restrictions are what Andraste wanted, why haven't you tried to change them?
Has the current state of the world not taught you the folly of fighting too many battles at once? I chose to use what power I had to help peasants forgotten by the nobles of Orlais. I believed there would be time to address their inequality under the Chantry once we had saved them from starving.
I get that.
What is your stance on magic?
Andraste put it simply. Magic must serve man, not rule over him. However, those words must be put into the proper historical context. Andraste led a rebellion against the Tevinter Imperium, whose magisters controlled most of the world at the time. Even then, she never called for all mages to be put to death. She believed in peaceful coexistence.
I don't recall the Chantry being as tolerant of magic as you describe.
No. The Chantry is an imperfect vessel, pulled in every direction by those who would steer its course. Yet the Templars rebelled precisely because divine Justinia was not restrictive enough. Perhaps the Inquisition will find a better way.
There were calls for an exalted march to put down the Mage Rebellion. What was your opinion?
It was ignorant gossip. An exalted march only succeeds when it carries the will of the people. Even then, it cannot be undertaken lightly. People are too easily frightened. We cannot destroy everything they fear. An exalted march is justified only against a true threat to this whole world. It is an offense to the Maker to use it as a political bludgeon, or as a means of spreading the chant of light.
What about the exalted march that conquered the elves?
That is a hotly debated matter in some circles of the Chantry. The elves had conquered Montsemard and threatened Val Royeaux itself. They were not helpless victims. But even then, Orlais was the only nation to provide troops. It was hardly an exalted march of all the faithful. The Maker wishes his world to spread by example, not by war. We win no converts with blood.
Farewell, revered mother.
Until next time.
There's many examples of warring religion in our history. Unfortunately. Because people are trying to push their religion on other people. And that's not how you're supposed to do that. Hey, if you don't believe in my God, we'll just kill you. That's not how that works. And no real God would get behind that anyway.
Good day to you.
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Sir Griffith of Denerim, a most distinguished knight of the realm. He's defeated darkspawn, slain demons, chased down abominations. Just don't ask him about it over dinner. He spares no detail.
Please tell me if you find something.
I could talk to Vivian, but I'm gonna go in here first.
Any word?
Nothing yet.
Before the Fifth Blight and the arrival of the hero Ferelden, Haven was occupied by cultists who worshipped a dragon, one they believed to be Andraste reborn. Both the cultists and their dragon were long gone by the time the Chantry arrived to build the Temple of Sacred Ashes. But there may still be undiscovered passages in the mountains containing the relics. With a concerted search effort, it might be possible to unearth something useful to the Inquisition. Liliana says this is a task best left to a few select agents knowledgeable regarding dangerous magic. I have just the ones in mind. Cullen says I'm leery of what we might find in these passages, but we have enough soldiers for a search. They will simply need to be careful. Let's come back to this one. Red Jenny, Inquisition beings. I don't know how someone would come to this idea, but I can see the use. It is a large area to search, however. That's a memo from Josephine, written on a note from Sarah. Know what ruins a party? Bees. I know a man who teaches how to jar them safe but angry. Stingy, no good for honey, but great for throwing. He's somewhere south. Sarah scribbled a jar of bees hitting someone in the face. Also a butt. Okay. If he's peddling them to fighting forces when people find the trail. I can send runners among the bands. If this weapon can help, it will be found. It's too large an area to cover. Bounty hunters are simpler bet. go with Josephine on this one. Time-wise. The Chantry remains. Truth or dare, the Imperial Court. The confrontation with Mother Havara in Valroyo Market had the desired effect to a point. The Chantry's condemnation of the Inquisition was lost amid a flurry of speculation over the actions of Lord Secret Lucius, as well as a divide in the opinions of the remaining Chantry clerics. There are, however, clerics still loudly denouncing the Herald of Andraste. The Inquisition could leave them to their speeches, but dealing with them before the Chantry elects a new divine could be of benefit. Liliana says these clerics were not at the conclave for a reason. They all have secrets and weaknesses we should exploit. Josephine says a delicate hand is needed. We should focus on clerics who can be swayed, make their voices louder than those who oppose us. Okay. Cullen says we should send a contingent of Inquisition soldiers to the Grand Cathedral. They can offer protection, and their visibility will remind the clerics that they are not out of our reach. These are all good ideas, in my opinion. But there's ways to deal with this stuff. Liliana's way would probably shut them up, but at the same time, there might be some who that angers instead of silences. You know what I mean? So I think I'll go with Josephine on this one as well. Truth or dare, the Imperial Court. A letter addressed to Vivian lies open on the table. A note has been added to the top, which reads, Josephine, darling, you should take care of this. V. My dearest Vivian, you cannot have heard the shocking allegations against the Inquisition, or surely you would never have been seen with them. Allow me, as a friend, to open your eyes. People are saying that Divine Justinia is indeed alive, but that the Inquisition, her closest advisors and most trusted servants, have orchestrated all this chaos on her orders. That it was Seeker Pentagast and Sister Nightingale who sabotaged the conclave in order to eliminate opposition within the Chantry and cut off the heads of the Mage Alien, which it didn't, and Templars in a single stroke, which again it didn't. To save your own reputation, you must escape this acquaintance immediately. That just sounds stupid. But I bet you there's people out there that are actually go along with that. Josephine says, we need the support of the nobles to combat this rumor. I can arrange a few key visits. Liliana says, proving the Divine's death would just be used against us. We need to find the source of this rumor. I can agree with that. And Cullen says, we can't prove the Divine is dead, but we could escort people to the crater to see it for themselves. And that's not really a viable option. I do also agree with Josephine, but I also agree with Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
All right.
Let us begin.
I think we should be good with that. Now let's go talk to Vivian.
All men are the work of our Maker's hands. From the lowest slave.
I met an elven mage earlier. Solus, I believe he was called. I admit I was surprised. I didn't expect to find mages among the Inquisition. Tell me, why were you at the Divine Conclave?
The war benefits no one. It must end, and order must be restored.
If only the rebels saw things so clearly. Justinia's death has shattered the balance of power in Thedas. If it is not restored quickly, countless lives will be lost. Mages, Templars, innocent people of all kinds now look to the Inquisition to decide their fate.
Do all I can. Go help decide. Their fate is in their hands.
That's why you wanted to be here. To have a hand in deciding that fate.
Wouldn't you? For almost 1,000 years, the world believed it was in the hands of the Maker. And now many believe you are the agent of his will. Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
Where do I go here? So if I have power, I can use it to change things. But I'm speaking to Vivian. Vivian doesn't really want to change things. She kind of wants to restore the Chantry. Not the Chantry per se, but the circle. I could say Andraste chose me. But I don't know how true that is, if I'm really thinking about it. No one should have that power. Let's just say the Chantry will be restored.
Once this is over, the task of speaking for the Maker will be the Chantry's problem again.
That's reassuring to hear. I've stolen enough of your time, my dear. Don't let me keep you. Yes?
Is there anything I can do to help your efforts at restoring the Circle?
After the Circles fell, their libraries were plundered by scavengers. 1,000 years of recorded knowledge in the hands of bandits. It makes me sick to think of it. I've received news that some tomes have been located, if you are interested in righting this wrong.
I'll look into it for you.
If you can take care of this matter, the Circle would be in your debt. Yes?
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
You must have an opinion of the Templars after living so long in the Circle.
Having opinions about Templars, my dear, is exactly like having opinions about mages or Navarrans or men. I have known some who are impossible to endure and some who are utterly charming. I have suffered insults at the hands of those in the armor, but no more than I endured from nobles or tradesmen in Val Royaux. Personally, I have found the Templars a useful tool, skilled at keeping more unpleasant elements at bay.
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The Circle is an idea, my dear. And an idea cannot be dissolved. Many of the first enchanters voted for rebellion, caring little that anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the Circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
If you lead all the loyalists, why are you only First Enchanter and not Grand Enchanter?
Grand Enchanters are elected, and since there are no First Enchanters besides myself, no vote can be held. I could name myself Grand Enchanter, but the title holds no meaning now. When the circles are restored, that will change.
How did we come to this state with the circles in revolt?
A failure of perspective that infected Circle leadership. Mages lived solely in a world of Templars and mages. They could not even imagine what was beyond the tower walls. Kirkwall gave the world a reason to remember its fear of magic. A mage killed hundreds with a snap of their fingers. Across Thedas, a new tangible fear of magic grew. Commoners and nobles alike called out to the Chantry for protection. But the malcontents in the towers thought nothing of this. They cared only for themselves and for their anger at the new Templar restrictions. When a mage attempted to assassinate Divine Justinia, again, the mages protested the investigation. The leadership chose to vote on independence based on the intolerable conditions imposed by the Templars, sparing no thought to the fact that magic was more feared in the aftermath of these attacks than it had been since Tevinter's day. So long as they had their freedom, they could care little for riots, angry mobs, or about pitting mages against each other.
I thought the fighting was only between mages and Templars. Why are mages fighting mages?
The vote for independence was carried by only a small margin, but Fiona chose to let the motion stand. Those who opposed a rash declaration of war against the entire free world had little choice. By breaking from the Chantry when they did, the rebels declared themselves in support of mass murder. Anyone who did not wish to support terrorism and the slaughter of innocents was forced to take arms against the rebels.
Did they have cause to rebel?
In the aftermath of their terrorist attacks? Was that really the most opportune time to break away? By all means protest abuses by the Templars. Just don't do it in a way that says mages support wholesale murder. By voting when they did, my colleagues all but declared war upon the ordinary people of Thedas. A war in which we are outnumbered 100 to 1.
Are you familiar with Grand Enchanter Fiona?
We've met. Before her horrendously ill-timed and selfish vote for independence, I thought her adequate at her job. In her dotage, she could not handle looking after the well-being of so many people. We would have done better to replace her years ago, to let her spend time gardening. Yes?
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
In this day and age, 2025, it is very easy to tell that that is not a real man. That, in fact, is a woman. Because you see it so often nowadays.
Who are you, soldier?
Comisius Aclasi with the Bulls Chargers Mercenary Company. We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bulls Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
What can your Bulls Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull. He's one of those Kunari, the big guys with the horns. He leads from the front. He pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Pick up Iron Bull right now. Storm Coast is a whole thing. So I'm gonna wait on that until Hinterlands is done. It's incredible how many passages remain undiscovered even after the Chantry's arrival. And they scoured every inch of these mountains for years in search of anything related to the Sacred Ashes. The cult didn't build all of this. It was here long before, and who knows how many years it would take to find it all. Of the new passages uncovered during the search, most were long empty and contain goods far beyond salvage. A few, however, yielded some artifacts of interest. And one evidently contained strange runes we have yet to translate. If we can find someone capable of doing so, they might prove of use. Discovered in the mountain passage during the recent search are the type never seen before, neither to Venter nor Elven, and perhaps dating back to the time of Andraste herself. There are a few who might be able to translate the script, and the benefit of doing so is unknown. So says we have agents with magical knowledge and the means to acquire texts. Let us work on this ourselves. Josephine says, I know several Antivan scholars who can be discreet, and they will be happy, or they would happily translate the runes for us. But Josephine's a little bit busy. I'm not gonna do Liliana like that right now. So we'll wait for Josephine. Something else popped up over here.
Let's see what we have.
Alright. So now we go back to the hinterlands with the new crew. Well, most of them anyway.
All things in this world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost.
Hear him on the province, so. Where to go? We need to go talk to him. So we'll go to our post closest to his farm. And we will take Varric for right now, just until we get Blackwall. I want to finish up the hinterlands today, but I don't know if I will. We've literally been on air since 4 this morning. So I probably need to get a little sleep, maybe some food, but I might come back later on tonight, so we'll see. We'll see. Also, we'll see. There's not a lot left to do, really, in the hinterlands. But I'll work it out. We'll see. Look back at it for a little bit. Try to get as much done as possible. Maybe up to the dragon fight. And then after or right before the dragon fight, we'll just call it. And then we'll start the new episode with the dragon fight. Maybe that's how I'll work.
If those refugees are going to defend themselves, they'll need real defenses. I've got a few ideas.
I've built watchtowers in the areas you recommended.
Nicely done. That'll give both your refugees and our farmers some warning next time trouble pays a visit. I'll speak to the Master and have weapons sent to your people at the crossroads.
Thank you, Braun. That's kind of like the heavy ward armor I already have, right? It's weaker. Okay, so we're still giving them the 117, obviously. What's up, Dennett?
Elena says you got rid of those demon-cursed wolves. Should be safer for our farmers now. You've held up your end of our bargain, Inquisition. You'll have my whole stable and good hands to go with it.
What can you tell me about the wilderness around here?
Got some old ruins in the forest, from long before any king of Ferelden. The lakes are pretty, though when the weather's odd, you hear tell of spirits. Beyond that, my daughter Sienna set up a track just over there. Fool girl likes to race the horses.
You said you were once Al Eamon's stable master.
Master of the mounts. Fereldans don't appreciate horses like they do in Orlais, but they knew my name in Val Royeaux. My horses took sick less and carried a man longer than any of those fancy prancers they've got. And now they're all yours, Inquisition. Take care of them.
Why don't you come take care of them?
You sent your stable hands and your horses to the Inquisition. What about you?
Well, you've cleaned up the area, and I can't say I'm not tempted. Still, it feels wrong to abandon my land to go play horsemaster again.
Enough. I can call in favors with a chevalier in Val Royaux and acquire an Orlesian horsemaster easily enough.
The Orlesians? Hang that. No hopped-up Orlesian pissboy knows more about horses than I do. All right, Inquisition. I'll look to your horses myself. Never let it be said that Redcliffe gave less than the best. Just let me settle matters here and say goodbye to my wife. I'll meet you at Haven.
They say some stuff in this game. Like, bro, calm down. It's not that serious. Blackwall. So what we'll do is we'll go get Blackwall. Once I have Blackwall and have him integrated into the party, our first thing that we do, we'll go to Valamar. Where is it? Right there. So we'll go to Valamar first to work out the kinks with the party. And then we'll head up to, after we take care of that, we'll, on our way up to Redcliffe, we'll take care of the Circle Tome here in the hinterlands. Then we'll head to Redcliffe, do everything I need to do in Redcliffe. And then we'll decide, after all that, we'll decide if we're gonna call it for the day or if we're gonna go ahead and go through the dragon fight. Alright, now we have a plan of action. Let's go.
Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall. Warden Blackwall.
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come!
Shields don't look like they...
Hold the wall, men! Make them come to me!
You're dead, bastard! Dead!
I wasn't here to fight. Stop and... Oh! Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
Alright, hang on.
I'm here investigating Grey Wardens for the Inquisition. We're seeing if their disappearance has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
Not here to accuse, not yet. I just need information. I've only found you. Where are the rest?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time, they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive, but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
Do you have any idea where the other Wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt. That's in the Anderfels, a long way north. I don't really know. Can't imagine why they'd all disappear at once, let alone where they'd disappear to.
I wasn't aware Grey Wardens could take whatever they want.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient. Outside of blights, it's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall, but this didn't help at all.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a Warden. Maybe you need me.
The Inquisition needs all the support it can get. But what can one Grey Warden do?
Save the fucking world if pressed. Look, Maybe fighting demons from the sky isn't something I'm practiced at. But show me someone who is. And like I said, there are treaties. Maybe this isn't a blight, but it's bloody well a disaster. Some will honor them. Being a warden means something to a lot of people.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This warden walks with the Inquisition.
Alright. So now we got Blackwall and everybody can upgrade. Awesome. So everybody's level 9 now. Let's go ahead and do Cassandra first. And we'll give her cutting words. And let's see real quick. Accept blows meant for allies, taking a portion of the damage. The more foes nearby, the harder you fight and tougher you get. That could be pretty good. That actually is pretty good too. And then we can come back over here and do a couple more things. Like shield bash with her, probably I won't do. But lunge and slash, definitely. Alright, so Blackwall obviously gets an extra point, human. So he's gonna be a battle master. So we're gonna use at least 8 points right here. Maybe 9. So 1, 2, 3. This is the most important horn. With the fortifying blast. 1, 2. So we're going to turn grappling chain off. We're going to favor Horn of Valor. And then we're going to come over here because I'm giving them both shield and sword. And he's going to have shield wall with the Chevalier. However you say that. Step. Cassandra, Blackwall, and now Vivian. targets. Never strikes twice. But it deals more damage. So you get a 100% bonus damage on top of the 250% damage. So let's do that one. Alright, give me just a minute. I'm gonna run to the mailbox real quick. Be right back. And I'm back. Alright. So let's gear up Blackwall. Alright, my guy, what do you got going on? That's horrible. You're taking that. And that. And let's do something about this fit. You'll take that so you look like a real warden. And that. Not that that wasn't. But yeah. accessories. Give you that. I'll give you that as well. I don't got a belt for you right now. But alright. Should be all set. And here we go. Alright, it's time to go into Valamar. So once we get into Valamar, we'll test out Blackwall as our off-team. Chart paper, electronic melodic abandoned, stolen refugees, stained sponge. Only a few sentences can be made up. You can die pretending you're earn back your soldier's honor, or you can do something with the skills that son of a bitch taught you. Spend some time with my boys. No one will know who you are in Ferelden. And it's not so bad. A little bit of smuggling, a little bit of extortion, you'll get used to it. Interesting. Alright, here we go.
Mercenaries?
Or Carter, taking advantage of the Circle's fall to smuggle lyrium.
Apparently I wasn't in range to get any guard, but Vivian did, so that's good. So it looks like Blackwall's Horn of Valor is working well.
Must be an old Deep Roads access. It looks ancient.
Now it's a haven for thugs. How charming.
should be secure enough from outsiders. I'm more concerned about attracting dark spawn. From lower levels, we don't have the manpower to push them further in. Keep the product on the lower levels and barricade the bridge.
Darkspawn. These won't be the last.
How many can we expect to encounter? Blackwall?
It's hard to say. Keep your guard up.
Darkspawn are coming up through here.
Well, let's seal it before more join us.
watching our movements.
Good. Go red. With the Templars severing ties to Chantry, we should find buyers easily enough. It has to be the right buyer, though. We don't want anyone who get ideas. We need to control distribution. The travel across Lake Helen has clear rivers. Most of the veins have been near the surface. There's not enough of it. But if we find a deeper vein, a source, the take. Once we have a firm grip on the current operation, we can look into expansion. I'm not gonna read this. This is actual book. This will get read during the codex. Codex.
This outpost must have been abandoned centuries ago, and yet it remains relatively intact. Dwarven architecture certainly is sturdy.
We got action. have Vivian with us.
May I help
She's
you?
a loyal mage.
The Inquisition could use the skills of a powerful mage.
If I wished to kill others, I would have joined the rebels. How is the Inquisition any better?
The Inquisition is our chance to restore order, Enchanter. Without it, we'll be no better than apostates.
Madame Vivienne, court mage of the Empress of Orlais. I am honored. And if you back the Inquisition, so shall I. My skills are yours. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
And just like that, having Vivian around is very useful.
Thank you, and blessings upon the Inquisition.
I'll keep an eye out.
Here to this house, we'll save it, and we'll call it right here. I do want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. We'll pick up and we'll go to Redcliffe, finish out the hinterlands by beating the dragon, and then we'll see what's next.